What's up, guys? Time for another drawing. This year I teach a lot more of the younger grades, including a kindergarten and a lot of first grade. And so I want to do some drawings that will also interest some of the younger classrooms. So I know this movie came out recently. I'm going to try to do a Paw Patrol character. All right? So I guess the guy we're doing, his name's Rubble. I'm sure some of you know who that is. So we are going to try and do him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually start with his hat. So we're going to start about right here. I'm actually start about right where my thumb is. And then where my finger is kind of where the top of the hat's going to go, so that you can, on your paper, you want to start about the same spot as I am. Okay? So what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to make a slightly curved line like that. Okay? And then in the middle of this, I'm going to go up, up. See how those are kind of diagonal? And then I'm going to connect these. Boom. Okay? Now I'm going to come back to my beginning, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up, and I don't totally connect it. I'm coming up on both sides like this, all right? And then it's going to just connect like this for the top of his hat. All right? And now he's going to have the brim of his hat, which is not the whole length of this. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm just going to bring two little lines down like this, and then I'm going to connect them as well. Okay? Now in his hat, he has a badge. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to do a smaller curve. It's going to come down just a tiny bit. It's going to come out a tiny bit. And then it's going to curve down to a point like that. And inside of here is a paw print. So we're going to make one big circle and then three small ones like that. And there's his hat. Okay? Now we're going to start with his head. All right? So we're going to do this in sections. We're going to start right where the hat ends. In section 1 is going to curve down just a little bit on both sides like this. Okay. Section 2 is going to come out just a tiny bit and curve like this. And we want to make sure we leave enough room for his chin. So this side is going to be the same thing. It's going to curve out a little bit. And it's going to come in to about right there. And then we need just enough room for his chin, which is going to come like this. Boom. Okay. All right. Now, right where this section is, we're going to make a bump like this where his nose is going to go. His nose is going to go right under that. And then from here, we're going to curve right to where that point meets. So a little curve here, a little curve here. Okay? Remember, that's what's nice about having a video, is you can pause whenever you want to catch up. Or you can rewind. You can try it as many times as you want. Now, underneath this bump is his nose. So I'm just going to make an oval like this, and this oval is going to be colored in mostly black, but there's a tiny little white spot. And you can always do that later. You could just draw the oval now. In the middle of this nose, I'm going to draw a little line down and a curve under it with two little teeth coming up. Okay? Now, from his nose, right in the middle, I'm going to curve up like this on this side and curve up like this on this side. And then right in the corner on both sides, I'm going to make a circle for his eyes, like this. And inside of there, I'm going to make another circle, like this. And I'm going to color most of this also black, but I'm going to leave a tiny white dot, okay? Like that. And then right above those eyes, we need some eyebrows. Okay? Now the only thing missing from his head is some ears. So his ears actually kind of come out of the hat right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down, around, and back up. And then inside of that, I'm going to make another section. And I'm going to do the same thing on the side. Down, around, back up, and then a smaller section for when we color. And there we go. We have his head. Okay, now for the body. The first thing we're going to do is the collar. So I'm going to come a little bit wider than his chin on both sides like this and draw two small lines. And then I'm going to connect those like that. Okay? And this part, this collar is going to be colored in too. But you guys, again, you can either pause the video and color this section now, or you can wait till you're done. And you don't have to color it with a marker. All right, so there's his collar. All right, now for his front legs and paws, the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to draw a big curve down like this on both sides. Bring them to the same spot. Okay? Now we're going to bring a curve over, over, and we're going to come up and hook it in. Hook this one in this way. We're going to draw two little lines on both paws. And then we're going to bring it up, but not all the way up. All you're going to do is come up a little bit like this on both sides. Okay? Now down here, we're just going to draw a line across. And at the arms, we're going to draw two curves like this for his shirt. And we're going to double that because he has a design on his shirt, on the sleeves. And we're going to make, it looks like almost like another badge that's right here. So we don't need to draw the line across at the top like there. So we're going to start with the two down, over, over, and then just like we did on the hat, curve down and up. Okay? And now from here we're going to make a double line going down like this. And in here, I think I'm not sure if it's a zipper or a design, but it's something like that. Okay, so we got his front legs. Now he's sitting, so the back legs are actually pretty easy. From this paw, all we're going to do is draw a curve on both sides. Okay? And then we're going to round it up on both sides. We're going to make our two little lines for his paws, and then his back legs just come up and in like this because he's sitting down like that. Okay? And now what I'm going to do is add the ground. There he is. He's sitting there just hanging out. Now, we do not need a whole lot of colors for this guy, which is good. So I definitely need some yellow. And so I'm going to go ahead and use my colored pencils this time. But as you guys know, markers work, crayons work, pretty much anything you want to use to color with. And as you guys also know, I color very fast when I'm doing these because I don't want the video to be super long. So obviously I hope you guys take your time when coloring. I just color it so that you guys get an idea of what he's going to look like when he's all done. So we got a yellow hat. We got to go down to his shirt. We got that. He's going to need, put the yellow away. Now I don't have a silver, so you could use gray, you could leave it white, or you can just color. I'm going to color super lightly with a black, and I mean super lightly, because if you push too hard, it's going to be way too dark. But if you push super lightly with the black, it'll look gray. And that's all I have today to use, so that's what I'm going to use, just to give it a little bit of shading up there. I think that looks gray. Down here as well. And I'm going to add a little bit on this zipper and a little bit on here. Not too much. Just to give him a little bit of shading there. Okay? And then I'm going to use a brown and again, he's a very light, almost like a tan. So I'm not going to push real hard, but I don't have a tan. If you have a tan, you can use that. But I'm going to use my brown and push lightly. I notice his paws are very light, so I'm not even going to put anything on the paws. I'm just going to use this brown lightly on his arms. Just to add a little bit of shading. And a little bit around his ears. Around this ear. And on this part of his face, around the eyes on both sides. All right, and to finish them off, I'm going to do a little bit of grass. And you guys could even color in the sky or add some stuff in the background. There we go. What do you guys think? There is Rubble from Paw Patrol. Hope you guys had fun. See you next time.